श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Reading 1517. Lead the Sanskrit words. Shloka. Tva sadharmam chanambujam harer
त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणाम्बुजं हरेर्
bhajan pakvotha patet tatho yadi
भजन् अपक्वोत पतेत्ततो यदि
yatra kva va bhadram abhud amusya kim
यत्र क्वा वा भद्रम् अबोधमुष्य किम्
ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha
को वार्ताप्तो भजतां स्वधर्मः धर्मतः
त्यक्त्वा sadharmam charanambujam harer
त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणाम्बुजं हरेर्
bhajan apakvotha patet tatho yadi
भजन् अपक्वोत पतेत्ततो यदि
yatra kva va bhadram abhud amusya kim
यत्र क्व वा भद्रम् अबोधमुष्य किम्
ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha
को वार्ता आपो अभजतां स्वधर्मतः
त्यक्त्वा sadharmam charanambujam harer
त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं
धर्मं चरणाम्बुजं हरे
bhajan apakvotha patet tatho yadi
भजन्
अपक्वो तथा पतित
ततो यदि
yatra kva va bhadram abhud amusya kim
यत्र क्वा वा भद्रम् अबोधमुष्य किम्
को वार्ता आपतो भजतां स्वधर्मतः
को वार्ता आपो
भजतां
स्वधर्मतः
So read, shall we read word to word as well? Okay. Can someone read it word to word?
I can read. Tyaktva, having forsaken, swadharmam, one's own occupational engagement. Charana ambujam, the lotus feet. Hare, of Hari, the Lord. Bhajan, in the course of devotional service. Apakvaha, immature. Atha, for the matter of. Patet, falls down. Tataha, from that place. Yadi, if. Yatra, whereupon. Qua, what sort of. Va, or used sarcastically. Abhadram, unfavorable. Abhut, shall happen. Amushya, of him. Kim, nothing. Kaha va artha, what interest. Apataha, obtained. Abhajatam, of the non-devotee. Swadharmataha, being engaged in occupational service. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Can someone read translation?
Hare Krishna. One who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage. Yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
So here we are, Narad Muni is talking to Srila Vyasadeva. So here he's glorifying the process of bhakti. Like in the previous verses, he tells that all of the scriptures, they focus on on religiosity, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So that it's not that doesn't give ultimate happiness to the mankind. So um, Narad Muni chastises very softly Srila Vedavyas. So that you have written everything, but the ultimate thing you have not given to mankind. So since you have not given, people will think that what you have written so far is the ultimate thing, and they will just adopt that. They will just focus on dharma, artha, and kama and moksha. So which is not fair, which is because they have to be given something ultimate, and which is Krishna Prem. So here he talks about how Krishna Prem is achieved is through bhakti. So bhakti, this is one of the very encouraging words in Srimad Bhagavatam, where it says that even you live all other dharmas and you just take up the bhakti, there is no loss at all. There is never a loss, because even Salpamapi, even a little tiny bit of bhakti also will actually go into your eternal account. It is never debited. No one can take it away. It is always there. So when someone does a bhakti, the samskara will remain forever. But even if someone does karma or akarma or vikarma or any jnana activities, they will go away. There'll be reaction, action, reaction, and they will be like they will be erased. Eventually, They'll be gone. But whereas bhakti is eternal, and the perfection of bhakti is to attain Krishna prem. So Narada Muni is saying that here, one who has forsaken his occupations. Occupations means varna ashram dharma. Like we have four varnas and four ashramas. So if someone gives up that four varnas and four ashramas and just does bhakti, hmm, that is glorious than someone who does all his occupational duty perfectly, but he doesn't do bhakti, then it doesn't gain anything. Basically, whatever he does, all the effort, everything will be washed away eventually. He may follow all the duties, obligations. He may pay off all his debts. He may give all respects to all his forefathers, demigods, and all. But eventually, if he doesn't do bhakti, they all will be zeroed out eventually, because he has to. There'll be action and reaction that he has to enjoy or suffer for whatever he's doing. So eventually, they'll be nullified. Either he will suffer or he will enjoy his actions, his karma. And if he performs his duties, he will enjoy the fruits. If he doesn't perform, he will suffer for that. For one who is just following varnashrama, but one who is following bhakti, there is no obligation like that. So even if he doesn't do anything, or even if he does something, there is no action or reaction for him, because whatever he does is just to set an example or as an offering to Lord, to just to please the Lord. In the perfection of Varnashram is also is to please the Lord, and actually to elevate himself uh, on the pure devotional service platform. So here Prabhupada tells that uh, if a non-devotee is indebted from the day he is born, he is indebted to his mother, father, family, distant family, so the whole society, community, country, and the world, and the heavens, and the demigods, and eventually, the Lord himself. He's indebted, because nothing belongs to Jiva. Everything belongs to Lord. So everyone is an instrument in bringing up the Jiva, and whatever is provided to the Jiva, everything has been taken as a loan. So he is in debt to his father, mother, everyone, teachers, or anyone. So the whole government or community, whatever you take, the moment he is born, he is in debt. So to actually nullify that, he has to he has to do duties, and he has to have obligations. He has to pay off those debts. Otherwise, he'll pile up all the debt, and he will suffer. He will have reaction for that if he doesn't uh, pay off his debts. If he pays off his debts, he'll be in good position. So that is for the non-devotees. But someone who takes devotional service, and if, for them, they don't, they don't owe anything to anyone, because they have directly take up this devotional service and they're connecting to the Lord directly. So this process is like, um, they're taking to the perfection, the path of perfection. So that they completely surrender to the Lord. So when they surrender to Lord, Atma Nivedana, so they don't, there is no debt, because everything belongs to Lord, and they offer everything to Lord. They offer themselves to the Lord. So in that way, they'll become debt free. They don't have any action on reaction. So here, these words actually is very encouraging. It says that even if someone takes bhakti and falls down, for them also there is no danger. What to speak of who successfully completes. So even if someone does little bhakti and falls down, even they are also glorious, and they will also like not suffer action and reactions of all these obligations of varnashrama dharma and everything. They will eventually take up, they'll get up and take up the bhakti, they continue. So here Narad Muni is saying that basically one who starts bhakti, they will be eventually pulled to the perfection. That is a glory of bhakti, that someone, it starts little bit, it's just a matter of time that they will attain the lotus feet of Krishna in spiritual world. How much time? It depends. It's a two ways. One is your desire to attain Krishna, and from other side, the reciprocation of Krishna, the mercy of Krishna. For these two things. So mercy of Krishna is there. It's so available right now because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is freely distributing all this mercy. The only thing is, now we have to do our part, like our, what is our desires. We have to be honest with ourselves. What are our material desires, and how to dovetail them, or how to uh, um, basically outgrow them, and have spiritual desires. So that we have to see, you have to introspect ourselves every day. What kind of desires I'm getting, and how I can use it in service of Krishna, and how I should develop spiritual desires. So you develop spiritual desires by reading acharyas songs, and their books and their reflections. So here in Prabhupada, he gives three examples how someone takes bhakti and falls down, and what happens to them. So the first example he gives is, like usually devotee is classified um, in three categories. One is neophyte, and like um, Kanishta Adhikari, and Madhyam Adhikari, and Uttam Adhikari. So here Prabhupada gives examples in all these scenarios here. The first example it talks about is Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj is at the stage of Bhava Bhakti. It's very advanced. So he's so advanced, he's almost at the stage of uh, attaining prema. But he has compassion for deer, stag. So he takes care of the stag, and because of little attachment, he takes birth as a deer in the next life. So, but still he remembers everything what he was in the past. Because of the power of bhakti, he remembers everything, and he regrets that he had that material attachment. So though he has fallen down, uh, he eventually purifies himself of the material attachment, and he attains prema. And also that arrangement is also done by Krishna, because he want to remove even that attachment as well. So he makes the process very quick by making him take birth as a deer and purifying him and getting to the stage of prema, and eventually goes back to the spiritual world. So that is the stage, this example Prabhupada gives of very advanced devotee who falls down. So there's no loss. He just eventually he walks towards Krishna. And the next example he gives is Chitraketu, King Chitraketu. He is also advanced devotee, but not at the stage of bhava. Um, so he is intermediate, Madhyam Adhikari. So he makes an offense to Lord Shiva. So because of that, he falls down. And in next birth, he takes birth as a demon, Vitrasur. and then he attains liberation and Krishna Prem there. Says we will read that about that in next few cantos. I think sixth canto. We'll read about Vitra. So it's very nice story. Um, then yeah, so the next example Prabhupada gives is about Ajamil. Ajamil is a typical example. You can say he's a Brahmana born in Brahmin family, and he's doing his karma kanda uh, from the very from very young age, and he's obviously chanting Krishna's names, but he was doing as a karma kanda. So he was basically doing nama prad throughout. But he eventually falls down and he leaves everything, his varna and the ashrama and everything, and he uh, he gets married and he has many children, and he doesn't follow any rules and regulation, no religiosity, no bhakti, nothing. But because of his piety, he names his son as Narayan. So at the end of at the time of his death, he just says Narayan as Namabhas. Namabhas means it's a reflection. So he was initially, when he was as a Brahmin, he was doing Namaprat, but when he was sinful completely, he was when he chanted Narayan, when he just called Narayan his son, it was Namabhas. It's very interesting, You're so religious as a Brahmin, but you're doing Namaprat. But here, when he was very sinful, he was chanting Namabhas, Narayan. So Namabhas is nothing but you call Lord's name, but you indicate something else. So, and because of the Namabhas, all his sins at once just got destroyed. And the Yamraj, the messengers of Yamraj who were waiting to take him uh, were actually challenged by Vishnu Dutas. You cannot take him now because he just chanted Nara. He didn't even complete the entire name. First two syllables, they just came. And then he got second chance that, then he realized the power of bhakti, the power of chanting, the power of holy name. We will read that more in sixth canto as well, the beginning of sixth canto. So here Prabhupada gives examples of all three devotees at different stages, and everyone attained perfection. And that doesn't matter what kind of attachments they have. So the whole thing is, if someone is doing their duties very nicely, but they don't do bhakti, everything becomes zero at the end of their life. But if they do bhakti, then everything goes to the eternal uh, account. It's credited, no one can steal it. They will take it birth after birth with them, and it is never lost. Bhakti is eternal. The samskaras are eternal. So that is the glory of bhakti. And Bhagavatam talks about that, to take up bhakti, to attain prem. Um, so that is a summary of these words. So anybody have any questions or any reflections here? Like some people, like someone is doing karma, some people are doing jnana. So even who is doing jnana, um, even uh, they also, they attain their destination, but that is not the perfect destination, because eventually they come back and again do the karma. So even the path of jnana is also not suitable for mankind. Karma is not suitable, jnana is not suitable. In fact, Prabhupada has started this movement from day one itself. He restricted. He clearly said that we should not do karma. He didn't say that, okay, since you're neophyte, you can do a little bit karma, then later on you can leave karma and come to bhakti. He didn't say. From day one, he stressed on pure devotional service. From day one, like anyone who comes to in touch with Prabhupada, day one he hears about pure devotional service. Nothing. There is no karma mishra. There is no jnana mishra. There is no encouragement of that in pure Vaishnava line. So, and that is a real uh, uh, charity you can do to anyone, is to give the knowledge of bhakti to others. That is a real welfare activity, because that will that will not only deliver them, it will also deliver everyone who's around them, who comes in touch with them. So day one, Prabhupada is giving us pure devotional service, not mixed with karma, jnana, dhyana, or anything. So that is the beauty of taking shelter of lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and all the Gaudiya Acharyas and all the Vaishnavas who are doing pure devotional service around the world, around the universe. So that is the glory of bhakti, which Narad Muni is saying to Srila Vyasadeva that please write about bhakti, compile pastimes of Krishna so that mankind can be delivered and they can achieve their perfection. Otherwise, repeated birth and death, the same thing, chewing the chewed, doing the same thing again and again. In fact, when we take up bhakti, when our family take up bhakti, everyone will be together again in spiritual world. No one is going to like go away. In 11th canto, Krishna says that materialistic people, they compares like two twigs in the lake uh, or water. They are like together for some time and they just separate and they don't know where the twigs going. The same way in this world, two people meet for some time, and after some time they get separated and they don't know where they are going. We may have I may have a best friend in my childhood. Now I don't know where he's gone, and after this life, you don't even know who will be where. But devotees, when they worship Krishna, they all end up in the same place in Golok Vrindavan, and all the family members, everyone who become devotee, they all will meet again in spiritual world. So we know everyone knows that we'll meet each other eventually in Krishna's kingdom, in Krishna Loka. So there's never that we'll never lose anyone. So it's not like you give up everything. So we never give up devotees. So devotees are always together with Krishna. And if whole family becomes devotees, then everyone is together with Krishna there, serving Krishna. So that is the beauty of bhakti. So yeah, I'll conclude here. Anybody has any questions or reflections, you can share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I have a question about the Namabhas and Namaparad you mentioned, Prabhu. So
Okay.
if we are chanting without complete focus, will that be called Namaparad or will that be Namabhas, Prabhu?
So mind, see, Namapradis, there are 10 offenses are there. You might have read that before.
Mhm.
If you're following, if you're doing any of those 10 offenses and chanting, then it's Namaprad. So we need to be like study those 10 offenses very carefully. Though if you are doing the 10 offenses, one of any of the offenses, and we are chanting, even if you are chanting with focus, it's still Namaprad. Even if you meditate very strongly and still we focus on vibration and everything, and we speak every word clearly, Hare Krishna, but we are doing one of those 10 aparads and still Namaprad. It doesn't bear any fruit.
Mhm.
But Namabhas, the beauty of Namabhas is you don't even speak properly, you don't even utter, you don't even mean Krishna, but you're not doing any of these 10 offenses, you get benefit.
Mhm.
So if we are chanting, if you're chanting with focus and not doing any of these offenses, then we are almost close to Shuddhanam. We are chanting Shuddhanam. And if we are chanting without focus and we are doing not any of these offenses, it's Namabhas. It becomes Namabhas.
Mhm.
Namabhas progress is very slow.
Mhm.
Namabhas is completely out of question. Okay?
Mhm.
What we do is now is mainly Namabhas. When we don't focus, we do Namabhas.
Mhm.
And if we focus, then we get a lot of spurtis, and it's we go very close to chanting pure names. Like we progress basically. If we do Namabhas, we actually progress to Shuddhanam. Shuddhanam is complete focus, complete surrender without any offenses.
Mhm. But you said if we do Namabhas, the progress will be very slow, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it will be slow. It will be slow because you're not focusing. But if you focus, what happens if you do Namabhas? There are 6 stages. So first 2 stages, um, things will be clear, like Klesha Agni and Subhada. All your kleshas will be destroyed and you will get auspiciousness. 2 things you will get when you do Namabhas. Okay. So, but if you just stick to Namabhas, you will not make any progress towards attaining Krishna Prem.
Mhm.
It will be very slow.
Mhm.
It will be slow.
Mhm.
But focus is very important. Now, you should not do any of the 10 offenses. Then actually you'll progress very rapidly.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome, Mataji. Yeah, the Namapra, Namabhas, and Shuddhanam that itself is a separate workshop altogether with chanting. So
Yes, Prabhu. Hopefully we'll have that one day soon.
yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So if no one has any comments or questions, we can move to the song bhajan.
Yes, Prabhu.
Small.
Hmm?
Small. Today's bhajan is Gauranga Karuna Karo Dina Hina Jane by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Gauranga Karuna Koro Ami Dina Hina Jane.
Gauranga Karuna Koro Nami Dina Jane
Mosam Patita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvani Mosam Patita Prabhu Dante Trin Dhari Gora. Sorry, translation. Oh, my dear Lord Gauranga, please show your mercy to this lowly and destitute soul. O Lord, there is no one more fallen than myself in all the 3 worlds. Dante Trin Dhari Gora Dakiye Ama Tomari Dante Trin Dhari Gora Dakiye Tomari Kripa Kari Shubhana Hridayi Mantiri Kripa Kari Shubhana Hridayi
Holding grass between my teeth, O Lord Gora, I'm calling out to you now. Please be compassionate upon me and come to reside within the temple of my heart.
Jadi daya na koribe patita dekhiya Isera lagiya Patita pavana nama Isera lagiya.
If you do not give your mercy, saying how fallen I am, then why are you known as Patita Pavana, the merciful savior of the fallen?
Purichi bhavatu fani nahi kanistara. Purichi bhavatu fani nahi kanistara. Shri Charan Taranidani Dasa kar paar Shri Charan Taranidani Dasa kar paar.
I am plunged amidst the violent hurricane-stricken waves in the ocean of this material world, from which there is no escape. Kindly give me the gift of your divine lotus feet, which are compared to a boat in which your servant may cross over the ocean of birth and death.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranu Dasa Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu
Dasaranu Dasa प्रार्थना करे सदा नरोत्तम दास प्रार्थना करे सदा नरोत्तम दास.
Aratthama Dasa, the servant of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, ceaselessly makes this prayer. Hare Krishna.
গৌরঙ্গা করুণা করো আমি দিনহীন জানি গৌরঙ্গা করুণা করো আমি দিনহীন জানি সমপতিত প্রভু নাহি ত্রিভুবনি সমপতিত প্রভু নাহি ত্রিভুবনি.
Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Samarita Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.